In this video, I'm going to talk about the dream interpretation of a dream in which you cross a bridge. And I'm going to look at the different ways you can cross a bridge, what they mean, and most importantly, what it means if you don't get across the bridge. So let's start first with walking across a bridge. Now, if you're walking across a bridge, it usually means slow and steady progress, rather than if you were driving across a bridge. So if you're driving across a bridge, it means that you're getting somewhere in a reasonable amount of time. But if you're walking in the dream, it means that you're taking your time and you're being more careful. Now, have you ever had a dream about crawling across the bridge? Amazingly, I did once. It was a bridge under construction. So bridge under construction usually means something that is you're building, that you're constructing in your waking life, not that you're building a real bridge or anything, because a bridge is usually just a symbol in a dream, and it's usually a symbol of one of three things, and they are either a relationship, because a bridge holds two things together, or two, a decision, and that's because you make the decision at one end and then you create what you decided by the other end, or three, a transition or change or travel, and that's sort of evident because the bridge takes you from here to there. So when you are dreaming about crawling across a bridge, it means being superbly careful and taking your time. It could also mean that you're lowering yourself, but most likely it means taking baby steps, because sometimes that's the best we can do, is just baby steps. You know, a lot of people write to me with bridge dreams on my blog site, which is CarolChapmanLive.com, and in the blog you will see crossing bridge dreams. And people have outrageous dreams about bridges, such as that they drive off a bridge. Let's take that as an example. Well, most people in real life, in waking life, are not going to drive off a bridge. Not only that, they usually can't, because the bridge is made so sturdy that even if they had some totally insane idea about driving off a bridge, they couldn't. But sure enough, in a dream, they are driving off a bridge. They are falling off a bridge. They are jumping off a bridge. They are doing all kinds of things that in waking life they wouldn't contemplate. Okay, let's give an example, a what if. Say you decided about a week ago that you want to get fit. And so what you're going to do is go for a walk every day, a power walk every single day. And okay, you know how it is. The first day you're out doing your walk. Second day you're doing your walk. Third day, fourth day, around the fifth day, something comes up. Yeah, you meant to go for a walk, but really you had to do this because of your work, or you had to do this because someone phoned, or you had to do this because you didn't expect this was going to happen. And somehow 24 hours goes and you don't go for the walk. Okay, now remember I said that a bridge dream can mean a decision. So now you have this bridge dream, and in the bridge dream you jump off the bridge. When you go to sleep, your conscious mind shuts off, and what's left is the subconscious mind. Now, the thing about your subconscious mind is that it doesn't think in words and sentences. It only thinks in pictures and feelings. Since it can't speak, your subconscious mind gives you this picture of the bridge and you jumping off the bridge. Well, then you look at your waking life the day before or the week before, whatever, and you go, what was I doing? And you go, okay, you can look up the symbols, say bridge dreams mean decision. What decision did I make? Oh, and jumping off a bridge would mean stopping the decision, not following through, because the decision means you start here and then you fulfill what you decided. What didn't I fulfill that I decided? Oh yeah, going for a walk every day. Well, there, you've interpreted your dream. So, the important thing to remember is that you do these outrageous things in your dreams because your subconscious mind does not think in words and sentences and paragraphs. It thinks only in pictures and in feelings. It's actually pretty much the same meaning if the bridge you're crossing begins to fall apart under you, or it collapses, or it breaks up. Basically, whether it's a decision you've made, or whether it's a relationship, or whether it's some kind of travel plans you've made or transition you're going through, it's falling through. You're not following through with it. So if it's a decision, you're not going to follow through with the decision. If it's a relationship and the bridge is breaking up or collapsing as you're going across it, the relationship is in jeopardy. That doesn't mean forever. It usually means based on what happened the day before, if you continue, or this is sort of the result of the kind of behavior from the day before. If it's travel, it's saying you should look at your travel plans again or figure out what's going on with it, because it's not going to get you where you want to be. Now, I was talking earlier about driving across the bridge and driving off the bridge, which means the same thing as what we've been talking about. However, if you're in a car and you drive off the bridge, and you know, of course, that doesn't mean that that's going to happen in real life. It's just symbolic. The important thing is, if you're driving, to take a look at who is at the wheel of the vehicle. Because if it's not you, it means someone else is in control of the situation. Whether it's a decision you've made, or whether it's a relationship, or whether it's some kind of transition you're going through, some big change you're going through, you are not totally in control if in your dream you are not steering the vehicle. And your subconscious mind is telling you that these difficulties you're experiencing in trying to keep to the decision you made, or to have a good relationship, or to smoothly go through the transition you're going through, that you've given them the power in your life. So it's very important when you're driving across a bridge to notice who is in the driver's seat. Now, what if the bridge in your dream while you're going across the bridge is shaking? Well, you know, if that was my dream, I would likely think it had something to do with the relationship, and the relationship being kind of shaky. So I guess it could also be about a decision, and again, it's kind of shaky about whether you're going to be able to fulfill what you decided. And of course, if it was about travel, again, it's about something being not steady, something that you can't really depend on. And you know, I believe your dreams are really important, because I don't know if you know this, but I actually met my husband first in a dream before I met him in real life. And the dream even told me about details about his life. And we've now been married for 26 years, and that was a phenomenal dream. And to not give your dream credence. You have to realize that your dreams can do wonderful things for you. Well, it's Carol Ann Chapman, and I'm the creator of the Creative Dream Interpretation System. And if you want more help with interpreting your dream, I invite you to download my 3-step creative dream interpretation checklist, and the link is down below in the description. Now, here are some more of my videos on dream interpretation, and I'm wishing you happy dreaming.